Good evening and welcome to AI News International. I'm Christine Armstrong. Here are today's headlines. Diplomatic talks between the United States and Iran are continuing following last week's ceasefire agreement, with negotiators meeting in Pakistan in an effort to reduce tensions and establish a framework for future discussions. In the United Kingdom, Andy Burnham has continued outlining his plans for government as Labour's leadership contest gathers pace. NASA is analysing data from the Artemis II mission following the crew's successful return to Earth after a journey around the Moon. Germany have been knocked out of the FIFA World Cup after a penalty shootout defeat to Paraguay, while Wimbledon continues with several of the sport's biggest names in action. Talks between the United States and Iran are continuing in Pakistan, following last week's ceasefire agreement. Officials from both countries remain engaged in discussions covering regional security, sanctions, and Iran's nuclear program. Diplomats involved in the negotiations have described the talks as constructive, while acknowledging that significant differences remain. Officials say further discussions will be required before any long-term agreement can be reached. Meanwhile, the International Atomic Energy Agency says preparations are continuing for inspectors to return to Iranian nuclear facilities under the terms of the preliminary agreement. Technical discussions are continuing over inspection procedures and future access arrangements. Although no final agreement has yet been reached, both sides have indicated they intend to continue negotiations in the coming days. In the United Kingdom, attention remains focused on Labour's leadership contest. Andy Burnham has continued setting out his priorities, placing particular emphasis on economic growth, regional investment, and reform of public services. Among the proposals discussed are increased infrastructure spending, support for housing development, and greater decision-making powers for regions outside London. Supporters believe the plans could help strengthen regional economies, while critics say more detail will be needed on how some of the proposals would be funded. The leadership campaign is expected to continue over the coming weeks as candidates present their policies to party members. The latest economic figures continue to present a mixed picture for the United Kingdom. While overall economic growth has remained stronger than many analysts expected, households continue to face pressure from higher living costs. Economists say inflation has eased compared with previous years, but food prices, housing costs, and energy bills remain significant concerns for many families. Business groups continue to call for policies aimed at encouraging investment, improving productivity, and supporting long-term economic growth. In science and technology, NASA is continuing to analyse information gathered during the Artemis II mission. The mission successfully carried astronauts around the Moon before returning safely to Earth, marking another important milestone in preparations for future crewed lunar landings. Scientists say the mission provided valuable information on spacecraft systems, communications, and crew performance, all of which will be used in planning future missions under the Artemis program. In football, the FIFA World Cup has produced one of its biggest surprises so far. Germany, regarded by many as one of the tournament favourites, have been eliminated after losing to Paraguay in a penalty shootout following a 1-1 draw. Brazil secured their place in the next round with a 2-1 victory over Japan, while Morocco also progressed after defeating the Netherlands on penalties. Today's round of 32 fixtures see Ivory Coast take on Norway, France face Sweden, and Mexico meet Ecuador. England return to action tomorrow when they play the Democratic Republic of the Congo for a place in the round of 16. At Wimbledon, the opening rounds continue at the All England Club. Seven-time champion Serena Williams is making her return to Grand Slam singles competition, while defending women's champion Iga Swiatek is also in action. Britain's Katie Boulter will be looking to progress in front of the home crowd, with a number of seeded players also taking to the courts as the first-round matches continue. Tournament organisers say attendance has remained strong as fans enjoy another fortnight of tennis in southwest London. Finally, a look at the weather. Temperatures across much of the United Kingdom have eased following last week's spell of exceptionally hot weather. Most areas can expect a mixture of sunshine and scattered showers over the next few days, with warmer conditions expected to return in parts of southern England later this week. Those are today's stories. I'm Christine Armstrong. Thank you for watching AI News International. Have a good evening, and we'll see you again in our next bulletin. Goodbye.